Hello everyone. Let's see how this will work. Hey Megid, messes it all up. Why? Okay, it lags so bad. Hey Megid. Not that one. This one close at least. What happened? It lags so bad. Oh, it's the stream. Okay. Okay, then I guess you can hear the sound then. Where? There it is. Okay. Everything moves when I do anything. It's come on, be nice. Okay, I need you there, and I need you there, and you on top of you. So if I do like this, then a little bit more actually. There. No, why do you? It wants to. What is it doing? Oh, it's close enough though. I can't. If I no, that's just that. Okay, one last time. I don't know why, but it wants to move my OBS when I start the game. So do like this, because it's working. I can see that. I need to shrink OBS down so that I can see. I'm just gonna answer this one. Well, that's a spelling error. Excuse me. There we go. Yeah. It'll be fine with that. Live. There you go. Friends is like, hello. I'm like, busy right now. Kind of. Well, I just begun, but yeah. Okay, so we'll do this. We have to take OBS down a bit. That's good enough. Can just barely into the screen there and bin. I can barely see the chat. Oh wait, I can't move it. Okay, anyway, I can't begin. Okay, I can begin. Never mind. Okay. Should I move? I will just do this short thing, but with moving hitbox to the bottom so I can see that one better. OBS can go like that. And game. Okay, I think I solved it now. Yay! There we go. Yeah, it still works. Okay. Just a little bit behind. I'll be fine.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
And here we go. Can I push buttons? No. I'm gonna be truthful with you guys. I have seen this game being played, though it's over a year ago. I still remember parts of it. So, the first time I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna follow all orders. I'm gonna do everything right. And after that, I will mess stuff up.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So annoying.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate games where you can't jump. It's like, spamming spacebar. Can you
When
unlock?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I said I was gonna follow orders. Fine. Hello. Just gonna sit try doors here.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, I thought it was like spelling something as numbers. Oh, okay. What? Oh, Wednesday. Fumigate. Monday, Tuesday. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Oh, I want to be the whiteboard manager. That sounds like a great job. Not efficient. Money. I don't know. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Oh, nice. Hire someone to synergize people. Sure. I want to know what's blurred out there. Please keep the target of the topic of something. Reading too slow. Okay, let's go on. Just read this if you want to. I'm not quick enough, I think. Oh, pie chart. I want to see what this little thing is. Telephone. Oh, of course not. It's not visible. A lot of percent. So true. Okay. Let's keep going. I can do this though without ruining this sending.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nope. Oh no. No, I will not.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
While I'm running around, I'm exercising. Be nice. Exercise.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I'm having fun. That's what I'm doing here. Love it.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
It says something in the closet though. Get Chansey out of the broom closet or something. So,
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
yeah.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
No, probably not. They know I'm weird.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Hey.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Very
That or with
nice.
drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's nice.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it
How?
begins to decompose.
You gonna do that?
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I have headphones, so no one except me, that is apparently dead, can hear you. Okay. I will not. Bet there is an achievement listed here. I think you can open the door without. Nah. I like it. It's so cozy. There's a broom. Oh yes, the broom is here. Should I step out and just go back? Must be something. I'm going out and in again.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh, let's see about that.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus?
Oh, I have
Look,
3
you can
fish.
hammer out the
4.
details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when
bunny.
you're ready to pick up the story again.
I have a bunny and 4 fishes. Cat and dog, I don't know where it is. I don't think the horse should come and play. I'm gonna go back before I enter this door, by the way. I can't close it. Okay, I'm going back. Is there nothing here? Oh, I thought it would be an achievement. Oh well. Can I? Yep. Okay, let's follow orders.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't really know where to go. Sorry, guys. They start out. Okay, it's locked. Yeah, fine. Oh, this thing here is gonna be difficult in a second. Guess we need to go in and go back before the door closes.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible...
Oh, wait. I'm, back extra set disabled. Why not? Okay. I thought, like, text would be in here. I love the sound. But that usually is here, right? Nah.
Truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
284. Luckily, I'm good with numbers.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
There must be... How can there not be, like, text? Yeah. Advertising, thorough position. View advance. Maybe this one? Trying my way for... Detail. I'm gonna have high effect detail. High. My computer is pretty good. Okay. Come on. Game crashed. Okay. Sure. Play. Should have saved. Damn it. Okay, close stream. That moved. Oh, where's my mouse? There you go. Sorry guys. Go back there. Come back here. Oh, hi. Welcome. My friend is watching. Yay. Okay, it'll be fine. Okay, I can see the chat. Good. Can I do something? I don't care to do anything right now. Okay, I'm beginning. I'm just gonna power through this. I'm not gonna go into the broom closet again.
This is the story of a man named Stan.
I clicked to skip. Illuminati. Okay, let's quickly. He's gonna complain.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. I can... Oh, okay. I don't need to press E. I can just left click.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ask me to calm down, isn't it?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I am curious.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his... Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna come. Ask me to come down. Okay. Was it 2
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Nope.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Well, at least we got to hear this one too then. It'd take me 90 minutes. It'd take me like 1 minute or something to get here. If you're like running
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Down here. Anywho. Now this is gonna be fun. Alright, but this way. Where's Scrippy? Okay, come on. Okay, go. Yeah. Ah. Darkness. Okay, well, I guess down then. I can't run. Loading. If you are chatting in Headbox or whatever it's called right now, I can't see you. Because stuff moves on my screen. It's so annoying.
Descending deeper into the
someone else is
building,
watching too.
Stanley realized he felt a
Welcome.
bit peculiar.
Thanks,
It
Stanley
was a
Carl.
stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
That doesn't sound good. Okay. Ah, darkness. There you go.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I said I was gonna follow orders. Okay. That is darkness. Oh yes, this is where I belong. Push.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
I could fall
Did
down.
he have the strength to find out?
Yeah. I'm gonna say right now that yes, he does. Can I ask you something? Anything? No. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Oh yeah. This is a lot of places. A lot of employees here. Elevator, please.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
If he's happy then.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
That is awful.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
This looks so
For
ominous.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Where are they? I don't remember where they are. Oh, I bet this place. Yeah. Oh well. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be so nice. Yeah.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Why can I crouch and not run or anything? I need to press the off button. And it's gone. Cacti. I would not recommend drinking this.
Blackness
Nothing.
and a rising chill of uncertainty.
I can see like a line there.
Was it over?
Oh. It is something.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
I can walk.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
What if it didn't? Did it even open? No. Okay,
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Yay! Well, as long as Stanley is happy, beat the game. It took me 25 minutes. 26. Minus the time where I have to start the stream and I have to play it again. Okay. So now...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Or should I take the freedom part right before the control room and stuff? I'm all ears right now. I'm gonna try and do this.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay, the same one? I'm coming back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, maybe I didn't count the 5 I did first. Okay. That should be enough, though. Is it not the right door?
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Okay. It's just like... I don't know. What is it called in English? Oh. Like your pencil sharpener.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Or 17. Or 17? 417, 20 clicks. Okay, I'm on it. What is this? No, anyway. 417. 417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. It's back here. You just do your work. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm gonna just be here anyway.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. It's I have to be back here. I think. 415. 415. I'm not pressing 10 times, by the way. I don't know why it does. 416. 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
437. Okay, I'm on it. Yeah, if you have stuff to do, you just go do that. I'm not gonna stop you. I didn't remember. 437.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine.
Copy machine. All
right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Okay. I'm on it. This one. 117. There we go.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh, 419. this is gonna be difficult. 419, 419, 419. It's over here. It's right here. 419, 419.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. I know it's right here.
We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
I want it! I'm on it, dude! I'm running as fast as I can.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
Where's the 0? Got it.
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing.
Nice.
Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we have come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Try and kiss. Whoa. I didn't know this made a sound. Interesting. But no, it's also a thing you can fall out this window here. I think. I don't know how to get up. So you can't jump or anything. What did I press? Well, I turned it off anyway. This desk, it looks so poor. Poor guy, just sharpening pencils and having a light to see. You have a window right here. I don't know how to get up. It's not gonna help me at all. Okay. Anywho. Yeah, it was that one. Okay, so now opposite or the right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'ma go. Well, I still remember the code to the escape one at the end.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
let's take
office.
these endings off like one at a time, maybe. Oh, then. Yeah. So this walking out one will be.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
No. 2. I can't see the cursor anymore. Not 7. Why is the cursor? Oh, you just opened it. Okay. I've seen that before. Oh well, I'll take it. Why not? I'm not gonna complain. That explains why I can see the cursor though.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Wait a minute. There is... I can press no. Let's do that first, because that's... As everyone wants to further.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yeah.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, Stanley already knows it. He's been here once before. Stanley knows all.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I wouldn't say that.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job?
Okay.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I want to see if there's a bathroom in here. Because then that's creepy.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Fired.
His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Why?
It was unthinkable.
Maybe not, Kim.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Bedding. Which side of face this place is the biggest? I have a head is better now. No, this place have to be the biggest over here. Bed is better. I love it.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Yeah.
Controls labeled with
Yes.
emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating,
My friend
working.
had-
All of
I'm
it
just
monitored
gonna
and
talk over him.
commanded from this very place.
My friend had
And
a
as the
fidget
cold
spinner
reality of his past began
for
to sink
me.
in,
And now
Stanley
I
decided
can't.
that this
I'm
machinery
gonna
would
try it.
never
I'm
again
loving it.
exert its terrible
So I
power
want mine.
over another human
my own.
life.
For
For he... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
No.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Control?
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that?
Yellow.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
Oh, it would be nice.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Okay, but
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not?
thank you.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. to see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Sparks.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to strike. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Hey, last thing I saw was 09 milliseconds there. I'm looking at the stream, I'm like, okay, 2, 1, and dead. Yeah, it stopped at 9, it's like, nope, you're dead now. Okay. So now it's the
All of his
escape,
co-workers were gone.
and
What could
then
it mean?
is gonna be the
Stanley decided to go to the
in and
meeting
out
room.
of
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't. I should remember which one laid me out.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. And it is done, narrator.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
There we go.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah. See, the thing is already opening.
Here's the door, just go.
Damn it, kid. He's getting so tired of me. Can't escape. Ah. Oh. Got the mouse cursor out of the screen. Okay, now it's the escape one.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Okay, then I'll go back. Okay, I thought I could. Let's see what he says now.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Nah.
Nope, still on board with death.
Oh, I love it. Okay, out I go. Never mind. Let's go. Ooh, what's that?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and
Okay.
get back on track.
Let's do that. Let's see what it says. Ooh, nice and red. Sound. If I was here, like, in real life, I would be so freaked out. Am I gonna say anything? Oh, okay. Okay, then. I'm not gonna turn back again. I would have been so afraid of being, like, in a facility like this alone. I would probably just have stayed at my desk until the end of the day and just left when it was time. Or at least sit down in the conference room. Just mess with the whiteboard. That's probably what I would have done myself. Would never
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
walk backwards now. This is so creepy. There is the point of no return. That it is done. My second fidget spinner. That one. No, it's not. Awesome. Hit the box. This one.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss by plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Climbed over and jumped again. Wish you could jump. Pausing game, and the girl will talk.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, good. Okay, I didn't remember that. I bet not this way. That must have... Ow, my legs. Okay. Bye. It's so dark.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
There is nothing here. Okay. Can I go sideways? This is creepy. I'm gonna go here.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
No, it wasn't dead already. It'd be nice. Paintings. Yeah. So this is the office. This is where we start off. Go out in the hallway. Continue on through the hallways. Next, here's the door, so I needed to press a long way ago. And this is the first choice. The right or the left one. I wish they had more. Maybe they can map it out before I finish. I don't know. Model of it. The doors. The office. I like this one. It's more blue. Maybe. Kind of like this one too, though. Button. Button sounds. Who made that button nice? Credits. Good job, guys. Oh, I think I ended up here a little bit too quick. The office. Plant. So Garrus mod. Coffee machine. Ooh. Am I going crazy? But it isn't the same image. Maybe it isn't the same image. Was the clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can I check? Can you check for me? More ending, fewer endings, more narration, fewer narrations. More Stanley, less Stanley. Nice. I don't know if there's no lounge. What's in here? Up and it's gone. Okay. So this thing. What is in here? Ooh, it's a phone. Oh, remember this one. 13. What's gonna happen when you count down? 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing. You got? No. Here's a map also. It's the same though, kind of. The main hasn't changed. Meeting room. Ooh. What's this? What is this? Zenting. What else? Oh. Interesting. The game is now paused. Begin the game again. Resume the game option. Return to menu. Oh. Well, I have saved though. That's the only difference. Because I enabled save. Ooh, colors. Where Where did you go? No, I want to. Just come back. No. This is pointing. Elevator. That's where it came from. I think. No, it wasn't.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I left her. Oh, the clock. Is it there or is it not? What is the clock even? Oh, the clock is wrong. It's a pointing. Well, that has changed a lot. I think I like the middle one better. Curious to this though. This is creepy. Narration outtakes. The entire game is only 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from every take that were not used in this game. Can you hear them?
They're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you? Stanley pushed. He travelled upward to the power source. Stanley walked through the green door.
Well, that is something assist, I think. This is a creepy room. That's a leave. Let's go. It's cool. I would have loved to have like a job like that. Because I'm going on school to be an actress. Or, yeah, actress. Either way. Oh, it says exit. So that I can do like voiceover or just acting in general. The question now is, because I think I'll be teleported back to where I was stuck. I can restart the game or I can die. I think I'm gonna die. It's not much fun to press the button, I guess.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Excuse me.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
Because I can begin the game again.
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
I'm gonna die. That sound though. Oh my god. And wow. Is it gonna be what I thought it was gonna be? Or is the game gonna close itself? Because okay, let's see. I'm curious. I don't remember. It's so long ago. Is anything gonna happen? Oh, I need to actually. Okay. There's nothing else I can do. Okay. And here's another fidget spinner. That's so noisy. It's blinking. Okay.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
That's different. Narration is different. What is this?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I'm gonna go in and out the room now. And then I'll go down the stairs instead of up.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, so here's...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, now this will be the tricky part.
Here's the door.
There you go. Got it! Now he doesn't know what to say anymore. I don't think I can go in. I'm stuck. Okay. What is this place? Oh, it's the bathroom. I've got the feeling money's for stealing, but not yours, of course. See, that's a lovely purse. I'm gonna steal the purse. Bathroom. Okay. Well, I don't think you've cleaned that mirror in some time. Anywho. Let's go down again, I guess. That, no. I just think I go back to the beginning. Should I go down? Let's go down, but not into the room downstairs here. Is the door even open? I bet it's not. Yeah. Guess it's Kratos. Okay. Let's go back up again. 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 I think I can steer her as long as I want to know. I'll close the door. Oh, silence. This is kind of creepy, actually. I'm gonna try every door, by the way. Just so you know. But this is locked. Yeah. Wait, good. Yeah, okay. Close that one. Nothing. 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 Nothing can close. Okay. Nothing. Closing. Nothing. Nothing. That's good. Yep. This way. No. Okay. No. There you go. No. There you go. Okay. You are now leaving. But I don't want to leave. This is creepy. I'm gonna go away. Escape Hut Bay. Oh, it's not working. Ooh. Not that way, apparently. 754. It's the same. Oh, wait, could it? No, it's not a button. What am I doing? 755. One up. 432. I wonder if that changes. It's so creepy when a narrator is not narrating. 432. Interesting. Yeah, it's still the same. Why? That is strange. I think I need to go back though. Nah, let's go to the top. See how high we can get. 432 again. So dark. 432. Yeah, there we go. Escape a launch pad. Okay. Creepy. I like this way of doing stuff. Ooh. Something happened. I don't think you can see the bottom of the screen. Your white line. That's loading. Loading. Wait, you can't see the whole screen. Why can't you? I'm just gonna try something. Because you haven't been able to see the bottom. Why didn't I know this before now? Well, I can't get a hold of the game, so... I guess it's just gonna have to be like that. Well, not that bad though, but it's just annoying. No, I can't get a hold of it, but I don't dare doing anything else. Nah, okay, I don't dare. I have a feeling it's just gonna mess it up again. So let's not try to do that. Ah, it's so warm in here. Ah. Okay. This is different. Yeah, I'm still the same number. Good layout. Picture.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't remember. Well, I was following orders. I just went the wrong way. So should I follow order or should I do the opposite? I'm gonna follow. Is this the same? This is the same.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
I
office.
might try and do the same again. Just see.
Here's the door.
Because I don't remember what to do here. Just go all the way back, and then if it doesn't work, I'm gonna not listen to what he says, because this is confusing. Can I even go back? Does it look the same? Is it different? What am I doing? What is this? This place is the same now. It made it go back to the way it was. Why? Well, I don't think I was supposed to do that, but okay. Let's just leave again. 6, so it's 6 floors. Oh, strange. I don't remember what to do when I get there. No, it must be just how it is. It's so strange. It's like no conclusion at all. I'm not sure. If we're going the wrong way now, then I'm just going to go all the wrong way. Yeah, there you go. I can just go down the stairs instead of up. I can also do. It's probably gonna be easiest. I'm just gonna go straight forward and see where it leads me. There we go. Escape pod. Okay. Well, anyway. It's weird. It's so weird. I'm back to normal now. Okay. I'm just gonna go.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
You're welcome. I do not remember that thing. I'm gonna see some cardboard boxes now. I hope I do. Or does someone calling, but nope. Huh, interesting.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Got it. Now let's go down the stairs, and then...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Nope.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Just
And in
leaving
such
his
a
post?
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Ooh, I want
All
some
because he
cards, I know.
believed everyone had vanished. His boss would
that's-
think he was crazy.
That's what
And
I
then
was-
something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he
It's a
thought to
looping.
himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
Not a moment.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Yep.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been
No.
on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
That means he is
Then
real,
he
though.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that
floating
if
in some
he's
stars.
asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Oh, okay.
Now, hearing the voice
He has
speak
magic
these
power-
words was
magical
quite a
powers.
shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Ew, I can't
He
move.
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Normal is boring.
I am okay.
panic.
Stanley began screaming.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
And everything went black.
No.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She should have called the police, or at least a hospital car or something anyway. To like be helpful and be nice. That's what I would have done at least. What does it say?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I've been live for an hour now. I'm gonna stop it here. And then the next time we're gonna go all the ways that we can on the
When
right
Stanley
side.
came to it.
So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next video. And for you watching live, I will continue right on. Be like, I think 8 seconds offline or something. I'm gonna just press stop streaming and then I'm streaming again. But I hope you guys all enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next video.